o'clock. We will get started. Om. 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 गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामविद्यवत् ॐ ईशाय नमः ॐ सरस्वत्यै नमः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये वागीशाद्या सुमनसः सर्वार्थानामुपक्रमे यं नत्वा कृतकृत्या स्युः तं नमामि गजाननम् वक्रतुंड महाकाय कोटिसूर्य समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्य केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयम् नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं यस्य सन्निधिमात्रेण सर्वे शिष्याश्च सेवकाः कर्मक्षेत्रे प्रवर्तन्ते चिन्मयं तं नमाम्यहम् चिन्मयं तं नमाम्यहम् We'll start with the Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीम् भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यास विशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धम् गीतामृतम् महत् वसुदेवसुतम् देवम् कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकीः परमानन्दम् कृष्णम् वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवतीः कृपेण वहनीः कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरम् हरिकथा सम्बोधना बोधितम् लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानम् मुदा भूयाद् पंकजम् कलिमल प्रध्वंसिन श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालम् पंगुं लंघयते गिरिम् यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुराः सुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिवृद्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम् नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। Hari Om, everybody. Welcome back to our Gita Bhāva Dhārā series. So far, in the last 10 lectures, with the completion of the first two chapters, we have come a long way in our understanding. Chapter 1, Arjuna Vishada Yoga, revealed the human condition, the confusion, its associated attachment, grief. Shoka was the symptom, and the root cause was delusion, moha. In chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga, after Arjuna's Sharanagati, surrender, Bhagavan Sri Krishna revealed the solution, that is the self-knowledge, Atma Gnana. He also gave us Karma Yoga as a means to prepare ourselves for attaining this goal. So the chapter ended with the description of a man of realization, Sthita Prajna Lakshanas. The second chapter ends with this wise person who has dropped his ego. Between these two bookends, chapter 1 and 2, the entire teaching of SRIMAD BHAGAVAD GITA happens. We saw that Bhagavan Krishna, who is the Sakala Koti Brahmanda Nayaka, he could have changed that situation anytime. He does not change the world outside, no change to the paristhiti. He only gives the teaching to transform the way we see the world outside, the manasthiti. All of these 10 lectures are posted on our YouTube channel, Chinmaya Ramanam, and you can choose to listen to these lectures as your schedule permits. And I also want to take a moment to acknowledge all of the seekers who are actively listening, and I sincerely appreciate all your comments and feedback, your love and affection that truly inspires me to do more. See, Bhagavan Krishna first removed Arjuna's sorrow through the vision of the self, then prepared his mind through Karma Yoga. If you recall, in the second chapter, Bhagavan Krishna introduced us to the principles of Karma Yoga. You can see that and recap that in lectures 7 and 8 of this series. I have outlined the basics of Karma Siddhanta, the cause and the effect, the types of karma, but most importantly, how to turn karma to Karma Yoga. I would strongly urge you to revisit these 2 lectures before the next class so that you have a very good understanding, very good foundation on this topic as we study chapter number 3, which is Karma Yoga. So, in the selected verses in the second chapter, we saw the glorification of karma and Karma Yoga from 2-40 to 2-46. Then came the motherhood statement of all. Karmani eva adhikaraha te ma paleshu. He told us, focus on the action, not the results. 2-47. Then, equanimity in success and failure. Samatvam yoga uchyate in 2-48. Then he gave us yogaha karmasu kaushalam, dexterity in action, the inner skill in 2-50. All of this as sahakari sadhana for chitta shuddhi, purification of mind and intellect, culminating in Jnana. And this was beautifully echoed that we have seen in Upadesha from Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. Ishwararpitam nechaya krutam chitta shodhakam mukti sadhakam. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi gave us this 3-point plan, bringing God into the equation in every action that we do. Meaning all kartavya karmas, our obligatory duties, must be done dedicated to the Lord. Arpita buddhi. With this, what happens? The kartrutva bhava, that the sense of doership, gets dissolved. I become the karana, the instrument, his instrument of action. And then number 2, performance of all our duties as worship of the Lord. Dasya buddhi. O Lord, I am your servant. Just command me what needs to be done. And most importantly, number 3, all karma phala, results of my action, I accept, good or bad, conducive, non-conducive, as his prasada buddhi. This is nishkama karma, a plan, a selfless action plan. What this does, This purifies the mind, leads us towards liberation, mukti. So in the second chapter, the Lord, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, praised self-knowledge, Atma Gnana, right from the beginning. Thereafter, he asked Arjuna to do karma in 2-48. This created a serious doubt in Arjuna. And the third chapter begins with this doubt that he has. He told him about Atma Gnana, self-knowledge, renunciation of all desires, steady wisdom, and all that. Now Arjuna is confused. So the chapter begins Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Tritiyodhyayah. Atha Tritiyodhyayah. Karma Yoga. Arjuna Uvacha. Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana. Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana. Tat kim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava. One more time together. Arjuna Uvacha Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana. Tat kim karmani ghore vam niyojayasi keshava. Arjuna asks Krishna, if knowledge is superior, why should I act? Should I perform it? Should I renounce action or perform it? Arjuna, if you remember in the first chapter, he did not want to fight. He wanted to take the first available flight to the Himalayas to go meditate. Arjuna hated the thought of war at that time, at that moment, and called it Ghora Karma. Tat kim karmani ghore mam. Hey Janardana, in your mata buddhir janardana, in your mata, in your opinion, in your intention, if the wisdom or gnana marga is superior to karma, tat kim, why then, O Keshava, niyojayasi mam, do you urge me to do this ghora karmani? Why are you asking me? Why are you drafting me to go to this war, to this horrible, cruel action? And besides, Vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me. Vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me. Tadekam vada nischitya yena shreyohamapnuyam. One more time. Vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me. Tadekam vada nischitya yena shreyohamapnuyam. Vyamishreneva vakyena. Bhagavan Krishna, by this seemingly contradictory statement, buddhim mohayasiva me, you confuse me. Tell me one thing, knowledge or karma? Which will lead me to moksha? This is a classic why me question. But this is the seeker's honesty. Because all of us, what do we need? We need clarity before commitment. Only a thinking mind can pose a very clear, intelligent question. In fact, most of our scriptures are taught this way. A samvada, a dialogue between the teacher and the disciple, between the guru and the shishya. See, generally, when do we ask a question? If we are curious to know, we ask a question. Or if we are confused about something. Or if there is a genuine doubt. And these get resolved through the questions. The student asks questions to clear their doubts, to gain knowledge, or to gain new insights, or to confirm their understanding and to reinforce their knowledge. But what should be generally avoided when we are in the company of the Mahatmas, asking thoughtless, half-baked, illogical, or provocative questions? And some people, the moment you give them the mic, they will start showing, without the question, they'll start making statements as to how much they know. These all should be avoided. So the intent of questioning, pariprashnena sevaya, intent should be to learn, to enhance our understanding in a humble way, within the boundary condition, in a very professional way. So here, Arjuna's question to Bhagavan Krishna is very simple. If the path of knowledge is greater, why are you making me take to this terrible path of war or action? This confuses me, Bhagavan. Please decide and tell me what is good for me. Your words seem to be contradictory and confusing. Tell me clearly what is best for me. So, Arjuna here is a sincere seeker. He wants to know. He seeks clarity, not comfort. And Bhagavan understands that and starts to give him. Shri Bhagavanubhacha, Shri Bhagavanubhacha, Lokesmin dvividha nishtha, Pura prokta maya nagha, Lokesmin dvividha nishtha, Pura prokta maya nagha. ज्ञानयोगेन साङ्ख्यानाम् कर्मयोगेन योगिनाम्. One more time together. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Lokesmin dvividha nishtha Pura prokta maya nagha ज्ञानयोगेन साङ्ख्यानाम् कर्मयोगेन योगिना. Bhagavan Krishna answers Arjuna's question that there are two lifestyles called Karma Yoga Nishta through the social life, through the society, Jnana Yoga Nishta through secluded life, renunciate. This is Pravritti Marga, Nivritti Marga. We had a good discussion on this in one of the classes. One can choose any one of them as a householder or as a renunciate or a sannyasi. But there is no choice between karma and knowledge. Karma marga and jnana marga is not a choice. Whatever lifestyle Bhagavan Krishna says one chooses, one has to follow relevant karmas to purify and then pursue knowledge to attain moksha and to discover one's true self, one's true nature. And this is a very important question, and I will make a humble attempt to give some thoughts to reflect upon. Which is superior, Jnana Yoga or Karma Yoga? That is not a question to be asked. It ought not to be asked. These two are not mutually exclusive. They are not separate. They are opposed to each other. Karma Yoga, performing selfless actions, prepares us for Jnana Yoga. One more time. Karma Yoga, performing Nishkama Karma, selfless action, prepares us for Jnana Yoga. Right inquiry, developing Viveka, discrimination, Vairagya, dispassion, Shama Adi Shatka Sampatti, 6 disciplines, spiritual disciplines, Mumukshutva, all the necessary qualifications. So one whose mind is purified, subtle enough, who has acquired these qualifications, a sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhikari, can go directly on the path of knowledge. So the explanation on the two paths, they are not contradictory, they are complementary. Karma Yoga prepares the mind, Jnana Yoga liberates. Then the question comes, what about if I remain actionless? I don't do any actions. I remain isolated. Na karmana manarambha naishkarmyam purushoshnute na cha sanyasana deva siddhim samadhigacchati. Here Bhagavan Krishna says one does not attain moksha just from abstinence of action. A lot of people, they just wear kavi clothes and become faltu sannyasis. Those are all bahukruta vesha, external renunciation. Sannyasa is internal renunciation. And why is it not possible to attain perfection or mukti free from activities or just by mere external renunciation? Bhagavan explains further 3-5. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krite. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krite. Karyate hyavasha karma sarva prakriti jair gunaihi. The state of inaction is not possible, even for a moment. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krita. Not even possible for one moment. We can't keep quiet. Karyate hyavasha karma sarva prakriti jair gunaihi. To do or not to do is not a choice that we have. The choice is the type of action and with the kind of attitude with which we do karma. Right action with the right attitude, prepares us for Jnana. Bottom line. Now, having gone through these first 5 verses, now let us look at a few reflection points, a few contemplative points. So, this karma is inevitable, action is inevitable, but does not give moksha by itself. In fact, there are great arguments throughout the Upanishads and in Bhagavan Śaṅkara ji's Bhāṣya about these points. Let's start with some of the Prakarana Granthas we have studied. We have seen this in Viveka Chudamani. Chittasya shuddhaye karma natu vastu upalabdaye. Karma is for Chitta Shuddhi. He elaborately said that. Na karmana na prajaya na dhane na tyage naike amrutatvama na shuhu. Not by karma, not by prajani, na karmana, na prajaya, na dhanena, not by wealth, tyage naike amrutatva manashuhu. Only by renunciation. We also saw earlier in Upadeshasara, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi echoed the same thing. Ishwararpitam nechaya krutam chitta shodakam mukti sadakam. Chitta shuddhi leads to mukti. Karma is for purification and by itself cannot provide moksha, liberation. This gives a good Prakarana Grantha support for this argument. In fact, Bhagavan Śaṅkara ji systematically breaks this down, this argument in his Bhāṣya, on the topic called Jnana Karma Samuchchaya. Why is it not possible? Let's step it up a little bit. In fact, the opposing point of view, they are called Purva Pakshi. He comes in with a different point of view. Why not? Brings many points. Actually, we should read a little bit of it so that you will get a taste of how Bhagavan Śaṅkara ji establishes this argument. Nahi gnana karmanoho samuchchayah sadhyah viruddha svabhavat. Knowledge, gnana, or action, karma, gnana karmanoho samuchchayah. It cannot be combined for liberation because their natures are not opposed. Avidya nivrutti happens only with gnana. Just like darkness, no matter what we do, what karma we do, darkness won't go. Only light can remove darkness. Like that, jnanam hi akartrutvadi atma tattva vishayam. Karma tu kartrutvadi adharitam. Kartrutva abhimana purvakam karma. Akartrutva vignana virodhi. Nahi akarta atma karma karoti. Meaning, knowledge, this jnana, reveals the self as a non-doer. Action depends, karma depends on what? That I am the doer. Therefore, action is based on, or karma is based on, doership ego, enjoyership, kartrutva, bhoktrutva. But the knowledge destroys the very doership. One who knows the self as non-doer, akarta, cannot be a doer. Avidya kritaha karta bhokta cha. Vidyayatu tad abhimana nivrittihi. Nasti akrita krutena. This doership, this enjoyership, they arise due to avidya, they arise due to the ignorance. And jnana, this knowledge alone removes this false identification. Karma can produce something, can purify something, can refine something. The uncreated moksha cannot be produced by action. Ataha jnanameva moksha sadhanam. Na karmanam samuchayah. Karma tu chitta shuddhyartam. Natu vastu tattva avagamartham. Chitta shuddhehe anantaram gnananishta tataha mokshaha. He is very clear. Therefore, knowledge alone is the means to liberation, not a combination of karma and jnana. Karma prepares, jnana liberates. So, one line key takeaway from all of this is jnanam eva moksha sadhanam. Knowledge alone is the means to liberation. You can't have a better advertising campaign than this for our Vedanta classes. Actually, we have seen this argument with a simple example that he gave us when we studied Atma Bodha a long time ago. It seems like a long time ago. Bodhonyas sadhanebhyo hi sakshan mokshaika sadhanam pakasya vahnivat jnanam vina moksho na siddhyate. In this shloka of Atma Bodha, Bhagavan Śaṅkara ji says, Atma Jnana is not one of the means to moksha, it is the only means to moksha. We also have seen the references of Purusha Suktam, Nanya Panta Vidyate Ayadaya. That means serious seeker, a mumukshu, he has no choice. Bodhaha, this knowledge, anya sadhanebhyaha, in comparison to other sadhanas, sakshat moksha eka sadhanam, direct means to liberation. primary means to liberation, the only means to liberation. How? Pakasya. Very simple example that every one of us can understand. For cooking, vahnivat, just as we need fire, which is the most important aspect of cooking. Jnanam vina mokshaha na siddhyati. Without this Atma Gnana, liberation is not possible, he says. This is the methodology in Vedanta. It is called Anvaya Vyatireka, method of presence and absence. So let's take the example of cooking. To cook food, let's say to prepare rice and sambar, what do we need? We need a cooker or a pot. We need water. We need rice. We need a bunch of vegetables. We need a stove, fire, or a microwave or whatever. Heat converted to fire. All are necessary. But they don't have the same role. So we clean the pot, we scrub it, scrub the vessel clean, that is karma. We cut the vegetables, wash the vegetables, cut the vegetables, then rinse the rice, put it all together. Does the sambar and the rice happen with all of this karma? Pakasya varnivat gnanam. Just the way we need that fire for cooking, this pot, this water, this rice, they all prepare the condition, and the fire alone does the actual transformation. Karma prepares the seeker, you and I, and Jnana liberates the seeker. And the wisdom derived from that knowledge reveals what? That you and I were never bound to begin with. That is the power of this knowledge. At the beginning, let's step up one more level. At the beginning, life revolves around me and mine. My success, my family, my comfort, my happiness, my control. This is the egocentric life. What do I get if I do this? What is in it for me? How does this benefit me? I am the doer, kartrutva. I am the enjoyer, bhoktrutva. So in the Bhagavad Gita, this is avidya. In the realm of avidya, ignorance. And what does this do? This leads to the sorry go around cycle. Not the merry go around, sorry go around cycle. Avidya, kama, karma. Avidya is ignorance, kama is desire, karma. Avidya, kama, karma. And bandha, bondage. We get locked in. Then comes stage 2. Why me? From me to why me? This happens when the life bites you, when the life brings challenges. They bring failure, they bring losses. I invested in these meme stocks, I invested in this. and I lost everything in the stock market. Poof, everything was gone, everything was going well. Suddenly everything is gone, or it brings failures. I never got promoted. The person next to me got promoted. Suddenly everything is, and then there is conflict. There is uncertainty. Then we ask Bhagavan, why me? That is what Arjuna faced in chapter 1. That is all of us. Overwhelmed, confused, emotionally broken. See, this is a very important question. It can lead one to become bitter or lead this very same person to inquire further, to do vichara, to become better. Two choices. You can either become better, complain, or you can think and become better. So Bhagavan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita transforms this why me into what is right. Dharma, slowly leading to who am I? That Atma Vichara. What is right and wrong? What is Dharma? What is Adharma? Slowly leading to who am I? Slowly leading to that Atma Vichara. Then that is when stage 3 kicks in. Why not me? With Karma Yoga and understanding, this seeker slowly evolves into a different mindset. Now the attitude becomes, why not me? Why not me to do my duty? Why not me to accept the results gracefully that as Bhagavan's prasada? Why not me to grow through this situation and become a better person, evolve to a better person? Now the revelation has come. This is Karma Yoga in action. First acceptance, then taking responsibility, and growth comes along with it. From resistance in the beginning to joyful participation in life. From a victim to a productive contributor. And then comes the final stage. Beyond all these three, the highest teaching, even that why not me, dissolves. Because the seeker realizes, I am not me. I thought I was. The problem was never life itself. It was the idea of me, the wrong notion of me. When that me is questioned, suffering begins to dissolve. When me is understood, suffering ends. Hari Om, we will stop here and do some Namasmaranam. Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare. Achyutananda Govinda Madhava, Achyutananda Govinda Madhava Satchidananda Narayana Hare Satchidananda Narayana Hare Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare Shri Krishna Kanhaiya Lal Ki Jai Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Tatsat. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all see auspiciousness. May none suffer. Om peace, peace, peace. With that, I'll open it up for our interactive session. A lot of reflection points. So I look forward to hearing your thoughts.